Hey guys, Metal Driver here bringing you another AEW Unrivaled review. Today I'll be looking at Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks. So looking at the sides of the box, you see the AEW logo and the image of the wrestler. The back of the box features an image of the wrestler, their signature, the event in which this picture was taken, and the rest of the figures that are in this wave. Alright, now that we have looked at the box, let's go ahead and open these figures up and take a closer look at Matt and Nick Jackson. Alright, and here we have Matt and Nick Jackson out of the packaging. So first we're going to take a look at the accessories that they come with. Now they don't come with any interchangeable hands like the other male figures in the first wave, but they do have this great entrance attire. So I'm going to go ahead and look at Matt Jackson's jacket. So this entrance jacket looks really good. Now it does appear to be identical to the one that Nick Jackson is wearing. So yeah, they look pretty much the same. So there aren't any variations or any different signatures. They both have the YB here for the Young Bucks. So this looks really cool to get this nice design here. I think these are supposed to be studs or maybe beads, something that makes it look bedazzled. Now these aren't real, these are just printed on. And I do like this material to get this vinyl feel to it. So I like that it's a soft goods jacket. It's not a plastic hard jacket like the Jericho one, so it does not hinder the articulation. So that's really cool. So you can actually get the arms out to show off the back end, this cape. Got all these frills and tassels here, and very sparkly as well. So this is cool. This looks very similar to something that Elvis would have worn. So it definitely goes along with the whole Las Vegas vibe, especially since Double or Nothing was in Las Vegas. And on the back, it's got the Young Bucks, this nice lettering. The print looks really good. It came out nice. Again, it's got some more of those printed looking beads or jewels. So this is really cool. I like this. And then we've got the collar here. So this is all sparkly. So I like this jacket. I think it looks great. And then there is a Velcro in the front, so you can take this off pretty easily. So let's go ahead, show that off. You can see the red in there. Alright, so you want to grab the sleeve and just pull. Same thing with that arm, and there you go. So that was very easy, very simple. Alright, then looking at Matt Jackson's head sculpt. So this looks really good. It does look like him. The face came out very well. The lips look good. I like the stubble on his chin. Then his sideburns look really nice on both sides. The eyes look good for the most part. However, on mine, it does look like he's got red eyes, so I don't know if he's been doing some things on his free time that he shouldn't be doing. But other than that, the eyes look good, the eyebrows are good. The hair is sculpted pretty well. It's pulled back in his ponytail. Ponytail looks pretty good. Mine does have this white paint here, so I don't know if that's paint or glue. So hopefully that's an easy fix. No big deal. Alright, then looking at Nick Jackson's head sculpt. So this looks really good. I love the expression on his face. He's got this mean look. He's showing off his teeth. Teeth look really good. It's painted well. The eyes look good. Now the eyes on this one are better. So you can clearly see the white part of the eye. Unlike with Matt Jackson's eye, it looked a little bit red. Eyebrows look good. He's got his trademark bandana. So that's sculpted well. Then the hair. It's got this nice dirty blonde look. The sculpt is really good on the hair. Really happy with how that turned out. Then again, the jacket. It's identical to Matt's jacket. So same design, same lettering, same soft goods. Does not hinder any articulation, so that's really nice. Alright then, I'm looking at the bodies of the figures. So I'm going to go ahead and look at Matt first. Now it does appear that they are using the exact same bodies, which I wouldn't blame Jazzwares for doing. It saves on costs. All you gotta do is just get him a different head sculpt. So the body looks good. It's not too big or bulky, which it shouldn't be because the Young Bucks aren't really super buff. So it looks really good. The wrist tape is painted on the wrists, so those aren't extra sculpt work. Then looking at the pants. So these are really nice. I like the sculpt work on the legs. You can see the wrinkles in the pants, so it's not just a smooth piece. You've got the gold dots or beads. But again, it goes along with the aesthetic that he's wearing. So very reminiscent of a Elvis-like design. The belt is black on Matt Jackson's pants. You've got more of the gold design here. They've got silver on the side, just painted pretty well. Then you've got these fringes here. Some more silvers. Then you've got more colors. So you've got the red, gold going down on the pants. Some more of that gold beads or jewels here. So these ones here are actually sculpted, whereas these smaller ones are painted. Again, you've got more wrinkles in the pants, so that's really nice. And the same design on the other leg. So you've got these bell-bottom pants. Should look really good. Unfortunately, it does hinder the articulation of the ankle, but we'll see that later. So overall, really good. Now, it does appear that the knees are slightly different white than the pants, so that's a little bit disappointing. But the pants on the legs, it does look like they have this shadowing effect. So really detailed on the legs. I like how that looks. Really nice. Then we'll look at Nick Jackson. So this will be really quick because it's essentially the exact same legs. The only difference really is his belt. He's got a white belt instead of a black belt. But other than that, the design is exactly the same. The deco is the same. So he's still got the wrinkles. So really detailed. Even the knees are a different white, just like Matt Jackson's. But hey, at least it's consistent. And then he doesn't have tape on his right hand like Matt Jackson has. Alright, going over the articulation. So the head is on a ball joint and a hinge, which allows him to look slightly up, which is actually pretty good. So the hair does not hinder that much articulation. And his head does go pretty far down, can turn side to side, and it can slightly tilt. The shoulder has a hinge which allows it to go really high up. It can rotate all the way around. There's a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, perfect for doing his signature pose. The wrist has a swivel and a hinge. There's a ball joint at the diaphragm which allows him to move side to side. He can twist. He also has a crunch there, and he can crunch a little bit back as well. And then there's another ball joint at the waist which allows him to turn. It also gives him more range of motion in his ab crunch, and he can go that far back, which is really good. He has ball joints at the hips which allow the legs to go really far out. It can go pretty high up. He has a thigh cut, double jointed knees, and then as I mentioned earlier, the pants down here do hinder the articulation on the ankle, so the ankle can only go that high up, which really isn't high at all. So it can barely move, can go slightly down, and there is just slight ankle pivot. Then the articulation on Matt Jackson is exactly the same as Nick Jackson, but let's go ahead and look at the head sculpt since it is a different head sculpt. So it can look that high up, you can look that far down, which is really good. You can turn side to side, and it can slightly tilt. Alright, so what are my thoughts on the Young Bucks action figures? I think these are fantastic. I like the sculpt work on the pants. I think the head sculpts turned out really well. The paint on the head sculpts look really good. They're not messy or sloppy. Now, I will say that is due to the fact that I bought these in store, so I was able to pick out the ones with the best paint apps. However, had I pre-ordered these, I probably would have ended up with something that would have had some misalignment on the face. Actually, that happened to me already with my Authentic Scale exclusive Kenny Omega figure, which, if you'd like, you can see the review. But if you do get a set that has good paint apps, I think they look great. Not only that, but they come with this really well-made entrance jacket. So it's soft goods, so you're able to pose them the way they're supposed to be, like how I have them here, with their signature pose. Had we gotten plastic jackets like the Jericho figure, you wouldn't be able to pull this off. So I'm really glad that Jazz Wares gave us the soft goods jacket, albeit it was at the cost of not having interchangeable hands, but I'm willing to live with that. So I think these are great figures. If you're a fan of the Young Bucks, you're definitely going to want to pick these up. And if you're planning on collecting the AEW figures, then you definitely need these in your collection. So far I've been very happy with Series 1. The only figure I do not have is Brandy. I missed out on her pre-order, so when the stores restock these figures, hopefully I'll be able to find her in person. So if you like this review, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe so you can see more AEW Unrivaled reviews. I also do WWE Elite reviews. Follow me on social media so you can keep up to date with all my wrestling figure photography. As always, stay tuned till the end to see pictures of these figures in action, and I'll see you next time.